Hi, this is Kai. Thank you so much for stopping by my channel. Today I'm going to do a requested reading on the group Destiny's Child, which is Beyonce, Kelly Rowland, and Michelle Williams. They used to have other members that were kicked out of the group, but now it's just the three of them. The person that requested this reading did not ask any specific questions, so I'm just going to see what's up. If this is your first time stopping by my channel, please subscribe, like, comment, and share. Also, please hit the notification bell so you can be notified when I upload my videos. Also, if you would like your own personal reading, you can click the link in the description box and it'll take you to my website. It's 3 questions for $15. All right. So Destiny's Child is one of the biggest girl groups ever. And I forget what year they stopped making albums. They had one last album together. It was called Destiny Fulfilled. And I really love that album. So, all right. And you know, they all had their own, all 3 of them have had solo careers. Michelle has primarily been in the gospel genre, and then Kelly Rowland has also had albums. She had a few hits. She had a song with Nelly, but you know, all in all, Beyonce has been the most successful outside of the group, which is not surprising, but you know, it is what it is. It's always like that with you know, groups. They have the main singer or the lead singer, and that is the person that usually has the it factor, and they just go on to most times have their own solo success. All right, so the first question I'll ask is, what is the energy around Destiny's Child, like as a group? What is the energy around Destiny's Child as a group? Also, if you have a reading that you want me to do, it makes it so much easier for me if you ask the questions that you tell me the questions that you want me to ask, because a lot of the celebs that people ask me to do readings on, I don't really know much about them. Like, there are only certain celebs that I could, you know, I have my own questions that I want to ask about. All right, what is the energy around Destiny's Child as a group? I got 2 of Cups. So, you know, it's that, you know, they still have that same camaraderie. They have love for each other. They really, you know, as a group, you know, are just feelings for each other. They're really in sync. They really truly do. The 3 of them really truly do care about each other. They, you know, it's no bad blood. They want the best for each other, and it's reciprocated between all 3 of them, you know, between Beyonce and Kelly, Kelly and Michelle, Beyonce and Michelle. Like, everybody, you know, they really love each other. They really do care about each other. Really good energy with the group, meaning, you know, they could literally pick back up where they left off, and it's no issues. Like, you know. Totally in sync with one another. All right. Let's ask, will Destiny's Child reunite for an album? Let's see. I'm pretty sure that's the question that a lot of people want to know, or the person that requested this reading really wants to know. Will Destiny's Child reunite for another album? And I'm using just the regular Rider-Waite deck for this. Most of my readings, I just use a regular Rider-Waite. Will Destiny's Child reunite for another album? For an album or tour or anything? Will they reunite to do any kind of music together? Let's see. I got the 6 of Wands, but I got it in reverse. I think they will reunite, but I feel like if they do, it won't be for very long. because I feel like it would be like when they were as a group, and I'm going to ask pull a clarifying card for why the Six of Wands in reverse. But what I feel is like when they were, years ago as a group, it was way less complicated for them because they started off as a group. You know what I mean? So I guess they all had the same manager. They all were like under the same contract and obligations and things like that. But I feel like if they were to reunite now, and I do feel they will, but I don't think it's going to be that long. I feel like it would be so many issues because it's going to be so many conflicts of interest because I know that they all have like their own management, their own publicists, like they have their own team. So it's going to be like too many hands in the pot for them to come together and be like it was in the past. But let me ask a clarifying question. So I feel like they will, they'll come together, do something together, but it's like they'll want to do more, but it will be so much conflict, and this manager wants this for their person, and this manager wants that for that person, that it won't be the same. It won't have the same success. It won't take off the way it was when they had before when they were just a group, because it's just too many. It's not in sync as far as like business wise is concerned anymore. But let me see, Six of Wands in reverse. Why Six of Wands in reverse? But I mean, that makes sense because it's like, I don't know if you're familiar with the group Escape. It was kind of like the same issue. Like they all the reason why they had not reunited in the past is because they all had like their own things going on, their own projects, their own teams. And so they had to agree to get one manager to get everybody in sync. And I don't feel like, especially with the level that Beyonce is at, I don't feel like she's going to agree to want to go under one manager so they can all split things equally. It's too much business in the way and money in the way and team members in a way for them to come together and be in sync and be on one accord as to what they should do and things like that. But I definitely think they will try. All right, why Six of Wands in reverse? I hope that makes sense. But they really do care for each other and love one another, and want the best for one another. Absolutely, definitely no bad blood there. Why Six of Wands in reverse? I got the Sun and I got it in reverse. I feel like with the Sun in reverse, I feel like literally like the energy behind wanting to do an album or a tour together as a group, like they've not lost their belief in it or don't feel like they can be successful, but it's like the drive is not there anymore because they've all had their own individual success. Like when you are, I'm not in a group or anything, but just in general, like if you're in school and you're working on a team project, you have to listen to everyone else's input on how you should do the work, versus when you're working by yourself, you have complete control over the, how everything goes and what direction you go in. And I think that's the problem. Like they've been away from each other too long. They've all had their own type of success on their own. So it'd be hard to like put their own individual desires and needs and interests to the side for the betterment of the group. So I feel like, especially with the Sun in reverse again, I do feel like they will try to come together. I don't know if it will be like a full album. They might do like a mini tour or something, but I don't feel like it's going to be something like it's going to be like a full on, oh, Destiny Child is back together and they're going to do albums and tours and this. No, it's never going to be anything like that. But it'd be like short-lived. You know what I mean? All right. So something else that I did want to ask is about 2 weeks ago, I was reading something where Kelly Rowland was saying, she was telling some up-and-coming singer, like to have confidence in herself, in himself or something, because when she was in a group with Beyonce, she was constantly comparing herself to Beyonce and thinking that she wouldn't measure up to Beyonce. And this is not the first time she has ever said something along the lines about how other people compared her to Beyonce, and she like internally compared herself to Beyonce. So I wanted to ask, what I thought was a good question was, like, how does Beyonce feel about Kelly Rowland constantly comparing herself to her? Like, does Beyonce like have a feeling about that? If that makes sense as a question. Like, Kelly Rowland always compares herself to Beyonce. How does Beyonce feel about Kelly comparing herself to Beyonce? All right, let's see. I got the Seven of Cups, but I got it in reverse. I feel like Beyonce feels like Kelly kind of sabotages herself with doing that. It's like she kind of like feels like, you know, she really, like, I feel like out of the group, Kelly and Beyonce have the tightest relationship. I mean, that's obvious. They have the tightest relationship, and Beyonce really has a soft spot for Kelly. And I feel like with the Seven of Cups in reverse, I feel like Beyonce feels like Kelly like self-sabotages in a way, and kind of feels like she doesn't take herself, like Kelly doesn't take herself as seriously as she should. Like, Kelly doesn't really see herself in the light that she should. Like, I feel like Beyonce feels that Kelly is like Kelly, like she's a star, she's beautiful, she's amazing. And I feel like Beyonce feels like she wishes that Kelly saw herself the way that Beyonce sees her, if that makes sense. It's like, to me, like the Seven of Cups and the Seven of Cups, it's like it could be like you have a lot of choices or options or things like that, but things are kind of like clouded, like your judgment is kind of clouded. And I feel like Beyonce feels like Kelly doesn't see herself in the way that Beyonce sees Kelly. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you ever love someone more than they love themselves? That's how I kind of feel. Like, Beyonce really loves Kelly and really sees Kelly as this amazing, beautiful person, but she wishes that Kelly saw herself as this amazing, beautiful person. All right, let's clarify. Why Seven of Cups in reverse? All right. Why Seven of Cups in reverse? I got the Nine of Cups. So and that kind of really confirms the Seven of Cups in reverse. Like, I feel like Kelly would go to Beyonce and be like kind of downing herself, and Beyonce would be like, yeah, I'm Beyonce, but you're Kelly. Like, hold up, like, you're my sis, you're all that, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I feel like I feel like Beyonce kind of like builds Kelly up, like, girl, look in the mirror, look at you had this #1 hit. Like, it's like she tries to really build Kelly up, and it's like she kind of feels disappointed that Kelly doesn't see herself as like all that, you know what I mean? Like, I'm Beyonce, but you're Kelly, like you're equal to me, you know what I mean? And I feel like with the Nine of Cups, it's like Beyonce wishes that Kelly would focus more on going after her desires and achieving her goals, and looking at the things that she has achieved and the desires that she has manifested, and be satisfied with that. Like, you have the material possessions, you have the physical beauty, you know, your dreams have come true. Like, you made your dreams come true in the past and you can still do it again. It's like she kind of constantly like tries, and she might not even do it verbally, like, but in her head, I feel like Beyonce is more of a, I mean, that's obvious too. She's more of a kind of person that's in her head. She might not always say everything that she feels, but I feel like she does in a way, like really kind of like a cheerleader for Kelly. But she feels like internally she doesn't want to be like a cheerleader for Kelly, because she doesn't feel like Kelly needs that. Like, she feels like she's like this goddess. You know what I mean? Like, Beyonce wishes that Kelly saw Kelly the way that Beyonce sees Kelly. All right. So let's see. How does Michelle feel about Kelly always comparing herself to Beyonce? Because I feel like if she's telling the world that, like, she lets it be known that she's very insecure when it comes to Beyonce, I'm pretty sure that she does it with them. All right, how does Michelle feel about Kelly always comparing herself to Beyonce? It's like Kelly is like in a fog when it comes to herself. It's like she truly does not see herself the way that she is. How does Michelle feel about Kelly comparing herself to Beyonce? I got the Temperance, but I got it in reverse. I feel like it's a very, I feel like it's unsettling. It's like kind of jarring for Michelle to hear that. Like, it's jarring for anyone to hear someone constantly compare themselves to someone else, or to constantly look at someone else's grass and not see how green their grass is. So I feel like it's it can be upsetting for Michelle to hear Kelly talk about herself like this. And I mean, that's pretty obvious. All right, now I wanted to see, now the group broke up. Destiny's Child, the original group, broke up in like the early 2000s. Not broke up, no, not, sorry, they didn't break up. They replaced two members in the early 2000s. They replaced LaToya Luckett and Latavia Robinson with Michelle Williams and Farrah Franklin. Farrah was only in the group for maybe a half a year, I think, 6 months, or not that long. Then she left, and then it just became a trio, and they didn't try to get a fourth member anymore. So LaToya Luckett has had her own success. She's had a few solo albums. She's now on that show with T.I. and his wife, Friends and Family Hustle, and she's married and has a kid and one on the way. So let's see, how does she feel about Destiny's Child? How does LaToya Luckett feel about Destiny's Child, or just about the group members or whatever? Like, how does she feel about them? Justice. I feel like LaToya Luckett, I feel like she's over the situation. She has moved forward. I feel like she's healed from the situation. She has taken she has taken accountability and responsibility for her own actions and why things went the way that they went. Like, she feels, you know, she feels compensated. She feels like that part of her journey is complete. She feels like, you know, everything is balanced. The scales of justice are balanced. Like, everybody has their own success, their own path, and she's moved forward. She's, you know, she's over the situation completely. Like, she feels justified. She's, you know, whatever, you know, when they went through the legal situation and she got paid, she feels okay with what she got. She has completely moved forward and healed, and she's, you know, she's at the point, and she also is like, you know, if someone did me wrong, if someone was shady behind my back, if someone was deceitful, the scales of justice, the scales of karma will take care of that person. But for me, I'm moving forward and I'm okay. All right. So how does Latavia Robinson feel about Destiny's Child? Latavia, if you don't really recognize her, she hasn't had any music come out or anything like that. She's been the least successful of the original members. How does she feel about Destiny's Child? But Latoya Luckett is definitely, she's okay. She's at peace with everything. I got the Three of Swords, but I got it in reverse for how Latavia feels about Destiny's Child. But I do feel like, she feels like situations in that group and everything that happened, there were a lot of flaws. She had a lot of heartbreak. She experienced a lot of disappointment. But I do feel like she as well has healed her heart. Her heart is healed, and she has also made peace with how things went down with the group and how they separated and things like that. But I feel like for Latavia, more so than Latoya, that she experienced more heartbreak, more trauma, more disappointment as far as how things went down with the group. But she has also come to terms with it, and she just looking for the positive aspects of life and moving forward and everything. All right, so I couldn't think of any other questions. Like I said, this is a requested reading on Destiny's Child. My name is Kai. If this is your first time stopping by my channel, please subscribe, like, comment, and share. Please hit the notification bell so you can be notified when I upload my videos. If you want your own reading, click the link. It'll take you to my website. It's 3 questions for $15. And I'll see you next time. Bye.